It's recording. All right, all right. It's like a surprise every time. It worked. The button still works. Of course it still works. All right. This video is about got to take the other hand down, 4 positive things that we have that I want to share with you guys as 2025 wraps up. I recorded this video 2 times already, and it must be the glasses because I accidentally deleted. I recorded one way too long, recorded again, nailed it. It was the best video I've ever done. Just kidding. But it was good, and I was gonna. And then when I was deleting the other one, it deleted both of them, which I'm blaming on these glasses. I got glasses because my optometrist said I'm getting old, and she's right because I can't see up close without them. But that's a bummer. So, well, I'm well practiced, so we're gonna do this. The first time I shot it was 25 minutes, and I was like, I'm not making you guys watch 25-minute video. I'm trying to get this around 12 minutes. All right. But let's dive in. I got 4 positive things to share with you guys. The very first one is that 2025, although it was a terrible year financially for ever, it felt like it was the longest and most brutal year up until about like September, October, and then probably like October-ish. And then good thing, we just were working on trying to resolve a bunch of things, not getting traction, and all of a sudden we started getting a bunch of traction, and good news was coming like every other week. And there is just such a different optimistic, there's an optimistic air about this place right now. Financially, we made it through a tough season, and I won't linger on that at all because this is supposed to be positive, but I will say one thing, which is when you make it through a tough season and you didn't compromise, the company culture or the goals or anything like that, there is something very affirming about that. I feel like we did a really good job of maintaining kind of what we're trying to do despite financial pressure to change things or whatever. I don't know, Anyway, so that's good. So there's a little bit of like a, strengthened resolve in that way. And now we don't need it because now things are getting better, which is, I like that even more. So things are moving in the right direction financially. That's the first piece. The second piece is that things are going to keep moving in the right direction. We're going to hit that exponential curve on the fiscal front for us and for you in 2026 because we get to renegotiate our insurance contracts starting early January. Less than a month, probably more like 2 weeks away. January 3rd is when our Blue Cross stuff is up for renegotiation, and Aetna is already up for renegotiation. Those are huge, like more than half. It's about half the work we do between those two, and then TRICARE is the other one that's a big one. So we figure each of those is about 25 to 30%, something like that, of our work. And then there's smaller contracts like Cigna, Moda, whatever. And then there's like cash pay, ACF stuff, those kind of things. ACF is actually kind of decently big. Thank you, Tammy. So anyway, but Blue Cross, Aetna are 2 of the big dogs. We get to ask for more money. We've gotten more money every time that we've ever renegotiated. We got more money. It just always trends that way. I could do that. I've always done it in the past. I can do it. I can get more money from them. But we decided Brad is not good enough. He's old. He needs glasses. He can't stop deleting videos that he records. We're going to use a professional. And so for the first time ever, we are currently kind of educating ourselves and asking the contacts that we have that work with kind of bigger agencies and stuff and bigger hospital systems, who they recommend we use for contract negotiation. And we're getting some ideas. We actually, Mike had a meeting yesterday that went really well with somebody we know, and got some ideas. So we're going to use professional service in 2026, and we're going to, it sounds like that really is the best way to get the maximum kind of contract from these places. A lot of times what has happened is they usually last 3 years is the standard. When you get a 3-year contract, when you first get it, it's a raise, and it's like, yeah, we're making $200 a session or whatever, right? And then by the end of the 3 years, like, oh, I'm making $200 a session. Everybody's getting like 225 or 250 or whatever, or 240 or whatever the things are. And so we're just gonna shoot for as high as we can get. Like go for the moon. We need to what do you call that? We want to catch up. We want to give you guys a raise. We want to give you guys more money. All that good stuff. So that is the plan. We're gonna turn it over to people that do it professionally and see what comes of it. Well, obviously you guys will know. We'll let you know as soon as we have info. But so for the safety and security of the company, the finances have been getting a little better. We're hoping in 2026 that it's just going to go through the roof. As far as like we'll be making more money per session in general. Rates will go up, all that kind of stuff. So good for you, good for us. So that's the second one. So money should be better. The third one is that there's this new technology that some of you know about, and I'm sure most of you do. Excuse me, but I want to, and it's note-taking AI technology basically, and I have tried two programs now. I used Mentalic for a while, and it was good, but it was expensive. And then Simple Practice, and so we were really torn on, do we try to like roll that out to everybody, because it would be a pretty big cost. It was going to be like more than $1,000 a month. Like renting another building. It was so much, and we were like, it's a lot, And Simple Practice has rolled out for about half the price their own. And then the clunky thing about Mentalic, even though it's actually a great program, it doesn't pair with Simple Practice. You have to like copy. You have to do a bunch of stuff in Mentalic, copy your note, paste it into Simple Practice, sign and lock. Simple Practice in the last few months rolled out their own AI note taker. It's good. It's not the best out there, but it's getting they get better rapidly. I watch Mentalic go from mediocre, like okay, to pretty like impressively good in like 4 or 5 months. Like I just like watched it like week to week. There would be like my notes got better. Its ability to kind of make a insurance compliant note out of what it was recording in the session got better. Simple Practice is now doing that, and we want to offer that to you guys to try. Simple Practice is giving every provider a 30-day free trial, so you get to try it for free for 30 days. Doesn't cost us a dime, doesn't cost you a dime. And then if you like it and you're going to use it, let us know, and we'll leave it on. We'll happily add that to the thing. And there's a few reasons for that. One is it does make I think it makes a better note than the average note that the average clinician writes. So like most of us can write better notes than it can write, or than it does write, but it writes better notes than we do tend to write on our average session, right? So it will raise the quality up decently. Let me explain what it does for just 1 second. I forgot to do this first. You turn it on, you go into your note for Simple Practice, there's a little blue button, it'll be on your top right, and you click it and you hit record, and you just leave your laptop open, or you can do it on your phone as well, but I recommend using your laptop. And it just listens. You can let the screen go black, and it stays recording. It listens to your session. It destroys the audio at the end. When you hit done, it does whatever computers do behind the glass, and then it pops a therapy note into your thing that and you can use like DAP format, SOAP format, whatever. It's not transcription. It's like a note, like you wrote the note, and they're pretty darn good. And then you can go and you can edit it. You can take anything. You can delete the whole thing and start over. If you don't like it, you can take out pieces. You can change words. It's just a text, like you wrote the note. You can do all the editing you want. The audio is destroyed. We don't get any, like, I can't go like behind the scenes and listen to your session and know how you talk or whatever. It doesn't do anything weird like that. They're really big on HIPAA compliance and really big on I think the I was talking to their rep, and you know, he kind of agreed that like they don't. There's a little bit of a boogeyman to this. There's skepticism about like Big Brother's listening, or you know, just that kind of stuff. Some people don't care. They've got Alexa in their house, and they use Siri all the time, and they use, you know, maps, you know, the talking to the Waze, you know, app or whatever when they're driving around new cities, and they're totally used to the interface of kind of, you know, computer interface or AI or whatever. Other people are a little more skeptical, so they're like, you know, there's no like weird. You're not going to find out we're mining data, like none of that. Like there's no thing in this that's, you know, that's going to come back and bite you, or make people run away from this scared. So, and I think that's in their best interest, you know, of course, to do that, because if I found out they were selling my audio recordings of my sessions, I'd stop using it altogether. But I don't think they're doing any of that. So that being said, if you want to try this technology, it is free to you to use. Like we will include it in, and we get this free trial for you to even just try it. What I'd ask you to do is just email me or text me, or if you're in one of the offices I'm in, just tell me, and I'll click it on for you. If you don't use it, if you're like, it's not my thing, totally fine. Just tell me so I can turn it off and we don't pay the extra little bit a month. That would be great. If you do like it, then we just leave it on, and happy sailings, you know. There will be whenever you want to try it, we will make sure that the thing we have to make sure that we do is notify our clients. I would encourage all of you to like tell any client the first time that you want to use it with them, and get their permission. Some clients don't want this, and so like if a client goes, like, you know, if they seem like they don't want it, I wouldn't push it. You know, tell them you'll try it with a few other people, get back to them, tell them what, you know, what they think you think about it, or something. You know, obviously respect your client's wishes, and then we also want to make sure we get a signed informed consent. We are starting to put that in all new client intake paperwork, but any old clients that you have, like that, I think we started that a few weeks ago or something, but it hasn't been very long we've been doing that. So any of your old clients will have to send them a thing, and admin can send them just the link. So like if one of you says, hey, I want to give this a shot, we'll go to your active client list and send them out, and that kind of thing, and yeah, anyway, so that kind of stuff. But we just want to, you know, what do we call it? Dot our I's and cross our T's. So, all right, where am I time-wise? 12 minutes. We got to wrap this up quick. All right, so by the end of 2026, you're going to have a magic note assistant taking all your notes for you. You're going to have extra time to either do more sessions or just kick back and watch YouTube or whatever you do. And you're going to have more money, and Brad's going to be smiling with glasses. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great 2026. It's the best year. 2025 was so miserable that I want 2026 to be like the best year ever. We're going to have a makeup year. This is like our positive year. And one of the ways we're going to kick it off is, this is number 4. This is the last thing for this video. I want to do a little holiday get together. Like we've done in past years, I like to do it after the holidays, because I don't want to compete for your time with your family and all this kind of stuff, and holiday schedules. I have little kids, and there's just always some like thing that you have to go to that involves somebody else's children singing or something. And as wonderful as that is, you know, it's a weird way to spend your Saturday night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out an email and basically just kind of ask you guys to kick back days that you are or are not available, like maybe like mid to late January and February. I think after the kids get back to school, after the holidays settle down, people are back from their travels, that always seems to work better. Last year we did what I think was maybe our most successful kind of holiday. In some ways, it seemed easy, and it just went really smoothly. Was the inner tube park up at Arctic Valley. That just was like a really, for those people that came, it was a fun time, and it was just super laid back and fun, and it had kind of the vibe that I wanted of like low structure, just kind of, you could chill outside and just drink coffee and eat pizza or whatever, do your, do the food stuff and chat, or you go outside with your friends and family and go inner tubing, and it was kind of cool. So that's an easy one. We could easily do that again. We could do anything else. Throw out ideas if you have ideas. And then we'll just be asking for interest and availability. These are always optional. You never have to come. You don't have to provide an excuse. You can just say, nah, not my thing, not coming. And that does not hurt our feelings. I don't want ever to feel like there are like mandatory meetings. It's just not the culture we want around here. So it's just if you want to come. That being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm not going to delete it. If you see this, I was successful. And please don't delete it again, Brad. Anyway, all right. I really do love being a part of this place, and 2025 was a wild year. We had the name change and everything. There was a lot of like boring admin stuff. It was just a year of a lot of stuff. I'm really grateful that so many of you are here and that we get to like keep kind of doing this. And I don't want to be like overly dramatic about it, but this is a pretty cool thing that we're getting to do. I'm excited. I think the future is really bright. My optimism is at like all-time highs. I hope your guys' lives are just running smooth. I hope your holidays go great. I hope you get some time off, some relaxation, whatever it is that you need in this season, or whatever you want in this season. And then I hope I get to see you soon in January, February. All right. With that, I'm going to sign off. We'll see you guys later.